Hello, YouTube. It's Friday night. You know what that means. It's we. It's the SGRD. And good night to you. Super Game Room dudes. Yeah, I said that right. So anyways, we got a really fun show tonight. We don't have Carl because it's the summertime. And sometimes Carl doesn't show up in the summertime. We really don't know where he is. I think, honestly, the Arby's has blocked him from using their Wi-Fi, and that's why we don't get Carl anymore. Who knows? He'll be back at some point. We're also down on Patrick because he's being a diva and didn't get enough beauty sleep. So he'll join us in the middle of it and then make us start completely all over again for some reason, because that's what Patrick does. Anyways, should be a wild show tonight. There's tons of stuff going on, all kinds of crazy Arcade1Up rumors. Of course, we had an awesome Nintendo Direct this past week with all kinds of shit coming out. And of course, that Marvel versus Capcom fighting collection that, you know, puts so many questions out there. On top of that, oh my good God, AtGames is having a sale, so we'll tell you what we know so far. We'll also talk about what we think they should do and what people want to see them do. Evercade, of course, coming out with 2 new carts and all kinds of other stuff going on. Should be fun. It's probably the worst intro ever, but thank you so much for joining the Super Game Room dudes.
What's going on, Mike?
What's happening? I feel like tonight is finally your time to shine. Patrick isn't here to keep you down like he normally does. Nostalgia, I've spent time with this man out in public, and he is a completely different person when P-Dubs isn't around. He's loud, he's boisterous, he's obnoxious, he hangs rat on you all the time. But when P-Dubs is around, the zipper never comes down. Isn't that right?
That's exactly right, Mike. That's right. I do got to say, that was arguably both the best and the worst intro I think we've ever had. It was certainly the longest, so well done. But
oh yeah, I talk way too much. It's sometimes about nothing.
That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes we like to hear you talk about nothing, and other times we hate to hear you talk about nothing. But that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So we got some pretty interesting stuff going on this week. Admittedly, I don't really know a whole lot about the stuff outside of the Nintendo Direct. I did catch little bits and pieces of it. I saw kind of what's going on that front. But I didn't realize AtGames was having a sale. News to me.
Yeah. Do you know they're doing a National Owners Day? It's a day for owners.
Honest to God, I had no idea AtGames was doing anything. I had no idea. I don't really get information outside of like what is shared on social media. And for the last 2 weeks, I don't even think that I've like scrolled on Facebook or anything like that. So I don't know what they're doing, but I'm sure you'll tell me all about it.
I sure will.
Okay, great.
I sure will.
That's great.
Evercade, they're releasing carts. You should know about that because aren't you the president and CEO?
Not quite. I'm working my way up the chain, though. Maybe eventually I'll get there.
So those are two new arcade collections that should work well with the Evercade Alpha coming out.
Yep.
Convenient timing. And of course, we've also got Tomb Raider coming out relatively soon. They did some advertising for it, so we can talk a little bit about that. What are you drinking? A mason jug of water?
Just some water, baby.
Are you poor?
No, okay. So this sounds so stupid, and like I'm gonna get completely roasted in the chat. But these mason jars, I didn't realize they were exactly 500 mils.
Yeah.
So for me, when I'm trying to make sure that I'm drinking a certain amount of water, I'm doing this whole weight loss thing. So I'm trying to get my weight down. Part of that is drinking a stupid amount of water. This makes life easy. This is like, okay, I know if I drank 3 of these, that's 1.5 liters. Or if I drank 6 of them, that's 3 liters. So I like to use the mason jar because it helps me keep track of how much water I'm actually drinking. So that's a diva move, but I'm okay with it.
So I am drinking tonight. I've got coffee here, but I've also got Prime energy drink. I've decided to go full douchebag.
That's all right. We can start shilling. Maybe Logan Paul will see our live stream and he'll sponsor us or something.
I'm always shilling. I'm always shielding. I'm the Southern Town grifter. Don't you know that? Anyways, the reason why I picked these up, I went to Costco earlier with my daughter, and she's all about it. I mean, kids these days with their, bubble gum and lollipops and whatnot. I don't get it. But anyways, every time we go to Costco, she says, Dad, can you pick up a case of that Prime stuff? So I finally did it today as like a reward. She just got out of school yesterday. So priming it up. Lemonade.
There you go. It's not bad. Have you had some of their other flavors? They've got like 40 flavors now. It's like this big thing.
This is the first time I've ever drank it. So I like lemonade, so I decided to try that one. And I tried, there's 3 kinds in the case. So it's lemonade, and then there's ice pops, which it tastes like a rocket. I had some of Scarlett's earlier today. Then the other one is like moonshine or something. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Well, that's enough time for Prime. Let's carry on.
So anyways, Prime, use my coupon code Michael B needs money.
Well done, sir.
I try my best. Anyways, let's say hello to the people in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We've got Peak 2600. James hates everything, who actually likes everything. Cornercade, I am very sorry. I dipped out on you last night. I had to, man. We had an early doctor's appointment for my daughter this morning. Thank you very much for understanding. Chris Seek, good man. Hey, Dukin says, I'm coked up tonight. No, sir, I don't touch this stuff. Anyways, Saiyan Spirits, smart. I'm shocked. Hermano Rivoli shared some really fun stuff. He did a face swap on the Heart 2 girl this week, staring me and you. I thought that was pretty funny.
I thought that was hilarious too.
Jason Little Alien said he's had a liter of cola. You ever seen the movie Super Troopers?
Of course I've seen the movie Super Troopers. It's like Aladdin and The Lion King. Those are 3.
I'll get a liter of cola.
Yeah.
This man wants a liter of cola. We've also got JJ here, and he's asking, Nostalgia, did you ever do a review on the cheap-ass RG36s?
No, I did not. I've never got one, and I never invested any money in that one. Didn't really feel it necessary. Plus, there's so many better handhelds on the market. So,
yeah. JT Brunix here, Andy's Game Room, Meatball Saucy, he's keeping it saucy tonight. Hollywood Polo, always good to see you, Polo. How was your day? Jasmine LeBeer, Bill's Retro Gaming Show, Andy's Game Room, who I might have said already. Conti Dinda says, Attack from Mars pin sale. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Chrissy says, Super Game Room Duo. Nah, that's me and P-Dubs, the stars of the show. This is more like the mediocre Game Room Duo.
This is the B team, baby.
It's the B team. Endo Gamers here. Who else we got? Goofy Foot. Good to see you, brother. Is it Leif Erikson Day? I have no idea what that means. Maybe I don't know. Jason Little Alien, great comment. 2 dudes, 1 arcade. Love it. Jim the Pacers fans here. Who else? Did I get everybody? Frank D is here. Chris C. Who else we got? Alan's Ageless Arcades. Good to see you, my man. Ted Adam Green. And is that everybody?
Come on, Mike. There's still Retro like 100. There's like 120 people you haven't named. Come on.
Mike Hawk hurts. Mike Hawk hurts. Mine did earlier.
Get that checked out, man.
Stop. This is the stupidest joke ever. I used to work with girls, and this is super inappropriate now, but like when I was like teenager, like college student, and they'd come up to me all the time and they'd be like, my head hurts. And I'd look at them and say, maybe you're doing it wrong.
Well done, Mike. Yeah, that will get you fired very quickly.
Nowadays, Molar
Yes.
Medics here. Pixelated Traveler. Good to see you, my brother. And Papa Bread's here. Hello, gamers. Hello, Papa Bread. Carlo, Steve Sale. I think we said Dan Z, Dan from St. Louis, Dark Empire. The boys are back. Brand new season. We never ever did get to that new season, did we? We're trying to get into syndication, like the Super Game Room dudes.
Eventually we'll get there. I don't know. What season are we on right now, anyways?
Season 2. We're like Transformers.
We're still season 2?
98 episodes of season 2.
Jeez.
Addicted to Arcade1Up says, I'm late as usual. What's up? Only 2 dudes. Yeah, that's about it. Ooh, Retro Arcade Trooper. Sorry if I miss you. Anyways, Nostalgia, let's get started.
Man.
Hopefully P-Dubs joins us at some point to bring some decorum to tonight's festivities.
Okay, let's get started. What do you want to start with, man?
The fact that Shotgun Sean's here. Good to see you, Sean. And Old Blue Eyes 76.
You got to get that product placement in there just in the last second. I got you. That's right.
Anyways, let's start with the big Nintendo Direct. Patrick's not really much of a console guy. Not really much of a gamer either. He never plays his arcades, I hear.
Nope. He's not a gamer at all. As far as I've heard, he's a big phony.
Every time I talk to him, he's like, I'm watching a movie with Melissa. Seems like he's more of a movie guy than anything else.
He might be. He's really into like
movie
those
and
really
Legos.
bad movies.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, movies and Legos.
Movies and Legos. Anyways, right. So let's talk about the Nintendo Direct this week. So Nintendo, we're not going to show any of the footage because, Nintendo will come and take our houses. Mm-hmm. But Nintendo delivered a pretty impressive Direct. They came out of the gate swinging. Very first thing they announced was, I don't remember. It's been a couple days.
Was it the Metroid Prime was the first thing that they announced?
No, I think they announced brand new Mario and Luigi Brothership. Yeah. That's right. So this is a very interesting fact. This is the first time ever that we're getting all 3 of the core Mario RPG games series released in the same year, because we got that Super Mario RPG remake, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door remake, and now we're getting a new release for the first time in like 8 years in the Mario and Luigi game series. Have you ever played any of these going back to the days of the Game Boy Advance?
Yeah, I played a very long time ago. I'm not really into the RPG Mario games. I'm not really into RPGs in general. So it's just not.
That's because you're a gentleman of no class.
That's exactly right. Yeah, yes. I have absolutely no class, and I think that explains a lot about my life. But this is a game that I think is a great installment. There's a ton of people that absolutely love the franchise, love the series. It's just not for me, Mike. Are you an RPG type of guy?
I'm a huge RPG type of guy, but I've never got into the Mario and Luigi games. I bought every single one and never played any of them. My wife, however, played the first one on the Game Boy Advance. Played it till the end.
Was it the Advance or was it the DS? Was there a Mario and Luigi game on the Nintendo DS?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's the one that I'm thinking that I've played then, for sure.
Yep, goes all the way back to the Game Boy Advance. So she played the one on the Advance, I believe it was, right up until the very end. It got to the final boss, and she needed, apparently, this specific item that she had sold. And just never got through. So I don't know why. Like, I've loved the Paper Mario games that are actual RPG. Like, when they got to the action adventure, I was like, yeah, I still bought them. Like, I've got Sticker Star, I've got Origami King, just haven't played them because, time and being an adult. But, this one is always different. I've never played the Mario and Luigi Superstar games or whatever, that partnership games. So when I saw this, I was excited for fans, but it's a game I know I'll eventually pick up. I'll wait for a sale and then probably never play.
Yeah, this is going to be one for me for sure. I'm just going to totally skip out on. I'm just going to skip it.
So you're not an RPG guy, but you like Pokemon. Like you
that's so weird, right?
Yeah,
it's so backwards. It's backwards because that is the only RPG game that, and it's kind of an RPG game. It's not like a
It's a full-on RPG game. It's a full-on role-playing game.
No, it's not, because
it's 100% a role-playing game.
No, it is. It is. That's not what I mean. But I mean, like the mechanics of like an RPG game require you to like really be strategic in the way that you build up your characters. Whereas Pokemon is like, you can beat that game with any move set on any Pokemon. It kind of holds your hand right through the whole game. And although it has all the mechanics of an RPG game, I feel like it's one of those like super entry level RPGs that like anyone can get into and play. Once you start getting like even like Final Fantasy, I it's not my jam, man. I've never completed a Final Fantasy game in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. JT Brunick agreed. We need a new Shining Force game that's actually a strategy RPG. That's the thing. They've had a couple action RPGs in the last little while. I actually have one on the Switch that I finished. It's okay. Oh my God, Chaotic BPR. Now you're talking my language. Did you play
Golden Sun 1 and 2?
Yeah, love Golden Sun. Both available right now on Nintendo Switch Online. Have you played the DS one as well? I waited a couple years and played the DS one as an adult. Really, really good. So anyways, there was that. And then, again, you're not an RPG guy, so this news is not going to be very exciting for you. But Square have had a good relationship with Nintendo the last couple of years, doing these really, really good HD 2D games and remakes. So, Octopath Traveler was really the first one that really brought that to light. And just like, what an incredible game. This past year, they did a like HD 2D kind of remake of Star Ocean 2, Star Ocean, the second story. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And now we are getting the Eldritch trilogy, and these are 3 games I've never ever finished. I'm very excited about. I only owned as a child the first Dragon Warrior because it came with my Nintendo Power subscription, but I was never good at RPGs when I was really young. But we're finally going to get them in HD 2D. First one coming out is going to be Dragon Quest 3. I got to call it Dragon Warrior 3. I can't help myself. Mm-hmm. And then later the next year, they're doing an HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest 1 and 2. So huge news for RPG fans. This was really RPG heavy, this direct.
Dragon Quest, I don't know much about the series. Was that the one that Akira Toriyama did all the artwork for?
Yeah, that is correct. Akira Toriyama did every single art for every single game up until the last Dragon Quest X.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
another series I have not played.
You suck, man.
I know.
So much.
I know, dude.
You suck on so many levels.
You have no idea. It's embarrassing, but it's also not. I don't mind. I like my own types of games, and that's fine.
So anyways, super awesome. Then Nintendo Switch Online got some really freaking cool news. We're getting 2 more Game Boy Advance games. We got Metroid Zero Mission. And what was the other one?
Link to the Past 4 Swords?
Yeah. 4 Swords Adventure, Link to the Past. So 2 great games. Zero Mission's awesome. If you're a Metroid fan, it's a remake of the original game done like Super Metroid. It's a blast. I'm almost all the way through it already. I stopped everything I was doing and just bang, right through Zero Mission. Been having a great load of fun with it. And then we got Nintendo 64 Mature. And I got to see if I can find this picture, but someone was brilliant. So what they did was, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the meme now, but they have I don't understand why they put it in a different section. I think they were just worried about kids. So they announced Nintendo 64 Mature, a new system, which isn't really a new system. And the first 2 games coming out were Perfect Dark, which is a huge win for everybody with online multiplayer. So that's going to be badass. But also Turok, Dinosaur Hunter, which I'm excited to see. And there's a couple of reasons I'm surprised to see it. A lot of people don't realize this, but Turok was that's a comic franchise back in the day. So this is actually a licensed product. So it's not just a game they had to go find. They also have to deal with the license holder. So Turok, which is a childhood game of mine, also coming to the N64 under the Mature. Now back to the story. The actual meme, it showed the Nintendo 64 Mature system logo, but where the Mature came in, it actually blurred out the third control stick, make it look like it was a wiener, right? Mature, and then I had the third stick blurred out.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, pretty smart.
I got a question about that. So I recall and back in my Nintendo 64 days, I was a big GoldenEye fan.
Yeah.
And then Perfect Dark came out, and that was like a really popular game. And I remember playing that, but I remember playing that primarily in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Was Perfect Dark that much worse than GoldenEye in terms of like the gore, the violence? Like, why are they moving? Because they've got GoldenEye in the normal Switch Online, right?
Yeah.
Or the N64 Online. So
I,
why are
I,
they differentiating between?
I have no idea. Nostalgia. Someone here said they did that in Japan last year with 007 GoldenEye, so maybe that's why. I don't
Okay.
know. Like to me, like I don't think Turok or any of these games. It's not like there's no hard Fs being thrown out there or F bombs thrown around in these games. Like this, as soon as I saw the logo for Nintendo 64 Mature, the only game I thought of was like, oh, they're gonna announce Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah.
So it was a complete shock to me when it wasn't that.
Yeah, I would love to see Conker's Bad Fur Day out there. That game is incredible.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Bill's Retro Gaming Show was thinking the same thing. And it's a good game too. It's a really good game.
It is.
I was lucky enough in my collecting days, I managed to get a copy relatively cheap, but then when I got it home, it didn't work. And someone had to do some magic on it. There was like some gum or something in it. I bought a bad cart, basically, is what happened. Someone had sent me like a gunked up cart. But yeah. Anyways, Conker's Bad Fur Day would be cool. Lots of cool announcements, but then something shocking happened. Shocking nostalgia, which is what we're going to get into. And I should have had this ready to go. And I'm sorry I didn't. But we got an announcement in the middle of the Nintendo Direct. And Capcom told us they were going to take us on a ride. So what do you think of this news? You're a big Marvel versus Capcom guy. What do you think of this news? Marvel versus Capcom coming to consoles. It's going to have online multiplayer.
I think that is actually really exciting news. I'm a big fan of that series, and getting it onto like a modern day console is great. I think it's great, and if they're going to do the online multiplayer, I think that's awesome. So just overall, pretty stoked about it. Now there's like 6 games in the collection. Is that right?
7
games in the collection.
7.
And they're including things like The Punisher as well, which I love because I absolutely love that beat 'em up.
Yeah.
So just overall, the announcement was quite good. I like to see a lot of these games get re-released on console. I remember when the Switch first came out, they had kind of re-released the Street Fighter game, like a Street Fighter package. And I picked that one up, and I think it's great when these games come back. There's such a huge following behind them. So.
Yeah.
And they're amazing games to play. So
yeah, big time. And this is the first time in, I don't know, what is it, like 10 years or something like that, maybe even more, that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is available for purchase for new people that don't have previous copies or don't want to play it illicitly, through, nefarious means that you built your whole career on.
Yeah. That's okay. No, it's good that it comes out now. I don't actually know very much about the history of like the licensing side of it and why it was so challenging to get everything out there. But honestly, it's good. It's good because before this, really, if you wanted to buy a new version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you were kind of stuck buying the Arcade1Up.
Yeah,
and not everyone wants to go out and buy an Arcade1Up. So this is a great option. I don't know what the retail price is going to be, but it'll be like, what, $50, $60 at the most?
I think it's $49.99 for the physical edition. That's out now on Amazon. I'll put a link up on my social medias for you guys to go buy it because I want your money.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good package. Very exciting news. So.
Yeah, it's super good package. This is going to be well done. The big difference between this and, of course, the Arcade1Up version, I mean, you can argue all you want about whether or not it's better to play this on an arcade cabinet. If that's your jam, or if you're fine playing it on a computer or console with a controller or an arcade fight stick. The huge difference is going to be the online play, because what Arcade1Up did is they went with like a semi-fightcade model, and they didn't do rollback. So that's the big complaint about the online component, among other things about it not being ready and all that stuff. But they didn't do rollback. I mean, this is going to be on Capcom servers. hopefully that's going to have rollback. And if it does, it's just going to blow the experience away. I'm 100% sure it will.
Yeah. I think they're going to do well with it. Capcom, they've got a bunch of their games available on the Switch and a bunch of other consoles as well. So seeing them naturally shift into some of their bigger titles, I think is going to be good. And then the key on this is that the game's got to play well. But I mean, if Capcom themselves are going to be releasing it, I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. And assuming the online play is good, I think that that'll be good. One of the big, I think, concerns that maybe some people were thinking is that the online community wouldn't be very big, but I think because it's on console, it's going to be
it completely changes the game. The fighting community is huge. It's just the fighting community on Arcade1Up and the fighting community in the rest of the world are two different things.
Exactly.
And anyways, guys, here comes a new challenger. It's P-Dubs. Welcome to the show, Patrick W.
We need an explanation, Patrick. Why is it that you come in 30 minutes late to the show? We need to hear from you.
You guys know
Mr. Big Time. Who do you think you are?
I think I'm coming down with some kind of illness because I've just felt like ass all day today. And what you call it? Took a nap after work, had a migraine, but I think I'm up now, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, how you guys doing?
We're
doing
having
okay.
a fantastic show.
I'll take my place back
show
on
ever.
I'll step back now. I'll let you guys kind of do the show. I'll carry it from the back. I'll be the donkey's ass. It's all good.
Nostalgia always has a sore back from carrying the Super Game Room dudes. Isn't that true, Nostalgia?
That is exactly right.
Oh,
My
by the way,
shoulders are
we're now officially sponsors of Prime.
What are you talking about?
We're the Prime ambassadors now. Hear that,
Yep.
Logan Paul?
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds cool. Let's see here. So what were you talking about? Go ahead, keep going. Don't let me interrupt.
No, we got to start the show over.
You
You got to say hi to everybody in the chat.
You guys are on a roll. No, I don't have the energy for that. Hello, chat.
So we're just getting to the point. We're going through the Nintendo Direct, and we hit the point where Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection was announced. So we just kind of talked about that experience. Of course, the other big thing between Arcade1Up, this is the point we're at. This includes the Punisher, and that's a point of discussion that I brought up in my video. People were like really weird. I was like, "Oh, the Punisher." Arcade1Up couldn't do that, and then they're like, "Hey, dummy, Marvel superheroes had Punisher," and I was just like, "Oh, okay." Well, if you're not following along, they haven't put it on a cab since then. They put it on the Marvel superheroes or Marvel versus Capcom Countercade, and they put it on the head-to-head. But we were told by John D they weren't allowed to use it anymore. Now, I did get some clarification from John D. The difference with this is it's the classifications and the way Disney works. Where an Arcade1Up is classified as a toy, that's why they're saying they can no longer utilize the Punisher on their cabs. However, where Marvel or Capcom did this and it's classified as a video game, it's free reign. They can do Punisher, but anything that's classified as a toy apparently can't use the Punisher.
I don't know. But Punisher's coming back, baby. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Great game.
Yeah. Now, do you know if they're putting? Is it the arcade versions of all those games that are going to be
all arcade versions? So the people saying, "Oh, I could have played this ever since the Dreamcast." The Dreamcast is a port. This is the actual arcade version. So
I don't get it. So you're saying that because an Arcade1Up is considered a toy.
Yes, Disney was apprehensive about licensing.
You can't have the Punisher on there because it's too violent for a toy. But it can go on a video game console, which is played by children.
Yeah.
And are also toys.
Yeah, but video games have a rating system and toys don't. I don't know if that's the reason, but like right out of the gate, video games have a rating system. So you can effectively have almost anything you want in a video game, and then it has to fall under it has to get approved in the rating system. So
interesting. Oh, well.
So anyways, who knows? We don't know. Apparently, this was 100% a Disney decision, according to John D. But I always question whether or not it was an Arcade1Up decision. So,
yeah, I don't know. Who knows with that company?
No crossplay confirmed, Bo. So, and that's even for the consoles that it's coming out on. They already confirmed that. So you're not going to be able to, Switch isn't going to be able to play PS4 or Steam players, etc. No crossplay. So, and definitely not with the Arcade1Up ecosystem.
Okay, well, no crossplay. Let's do it. Let's keep going.
Up really quickly. Naomi hardware is nearly identical to the Dreamcast, 100%. Game is very similar. However, it's still not the arcade version. It's not exactly the same. That's the point I was making, Brett.
Big shout out to Nostalgia. I mean, Nostalgia went viral over the last week. Have you guys seen this?
Oh yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Yeah.
You know, I mean, Nostalgia, you took over the internet, my friend. Nostalgia, how can we make that Anbernic RG35 battery? Just gotta give him that hot Tuah. Spit on that thing, Nostalgia.
I'm honored.
That is it me, or did that just take over the entire internet the last few weeks?
It did.
It me?
Oh yeah, Hawk 2 is everywhere.
I've
Hawk
seen all the
2,
remixes.
spit on that banana.
Yeah, I've seen the all the remixes where people are taking it, turning it into like some techno beats. It's pretty wild.
So P-Dubs, I don't have access to it now for some reason. If you have access to the polls, do you want to put a poll up? Neo Severa made a good point asking what console people are planning on getting it on, because apparently it's not going to have crossplay. So if you pick it up on Steam, you're not going to be able to play your Switch or PlayStation fans.
Did Google push out some kind of update for Google Chrome or whatever?
Because
I don't know. I turned my computer off last night. I turned my computer on just now to come onto the show, and I would have been on 8 minutes or so sooner. But I was over here trying to get they logged you out of all your Google accounts, at least mine, like everything. So like the Super Game Room Dudes account, my personal account, my YouTube channel account, like it's all logged out. And then you had to log back in and set up multi-factor authentications and things like that. And I had to do that for all the accounts. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm trying to get on the show, but I can't even get on my browser. So that might be, are you like not logged in to the Super Game Room Dudes YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'm logged in under Michael B. the Game Genie.
Yeah, that's why. So we all got kicked out last night, and I just logged back in. All right, what's the poll?
Which system are you getting Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection on?
Switch. It's coming out for everything, right?
Nope.
Everything but Xbox?
Everything but Xbox.
Serves you right, Microsoft.
We're wondering why that is.
Was it because it was a Nintendo event?
Shotgun Sean says there's no PS5 version. I haven't seen that yet, but
yeah. It's
wait, they're releasing it on PS4 but not PS5?
Steam, PS. So far, the only ones confirmed are Steam, PS4, and Switch.
Really
weird.
And some people said, "Well, no Xbox because it was announced at a Nintendo event, right?"
No, that's not why.
And I'm like, "Well, wait a minute. It got announced. They announced Steam. They announced PS4."
Yeah. No, some people are saying the reason why is Spider-Man's inclusion, because Spider-Man under pretty much every property is a Sony exclusive. So that may be the reason.
But how would that justify
this is
PS4 and not PS5? Also, wouldn't you be able to just play it on the PS5 anyways? Because PS5 can play PS4 games?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so in theory, if you've got a PS5, then you can still access it?
I think so, yeah. Like if you buy the physical PS4 disc, no problem.
You can still probably download the PS4 version off of the PlayStation Store, no? Maybe? I don't know.
But if anybody has ever seen one of my favorite movies of all time, Don't Mess with the Zohan, Sony Guts.
Yeah. Which system are you getting MVC Fighting Collection on? I put a poll in the live chat. Your possible answers are Steam, PS4, Switch, or Arcade. What up? Because I know a lot of you are planning on getting your Arcade1Up, X-Men 97s, or Marvel vs. Capcom 2s, or maybe you already own them.
So yeah, that's the question we ask. Like, what happens now? Because one of the big selling points for Arcade1Up with that Marvel vs. Capcom cap, and this is, I said in my video too, this is the third because they did the original plus they did that Kith collab. Kith collab plus the X-Men 97 cap.
Yeah, but how many of those did they even make though?
I have no idea.
10, some crap.
But right now, a lot of people probably bought their very first Arcade1Up just to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There were people like Dreamcast Guy, other people I've never seen talk about Arcade1Up who were like, I'm going to get this. I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But now that it's going to consoles and then you can just put it through, OTG on your AtGames Legends Ultimate, you can play it on, I know Neo Severa is going to have this hooked up somehow to his, what's it called? Unico Nova Blast. So now that you can do that, how many people are actually going to go back and buy? Like, how viable is this as a product now for Arcade1Up going forward? I mean, I guess it's the same as any other arcade game they have, but they lost that competitive advantage, right?
I don't think there's going to be any dip in sales, or they're not going to really feel too much of an impact from that.
Okay.
I think this is two different things. It's kind of like almost every single game that Arcade1Up has released, you can buy in one way or another on a different platform, right?
But you couldn't do it with this before.
But
that's what made it unique.
Yeah, but my point is that every single machine they have, you can access those games elsewhere. So I don't know that it would. I mean, perhaps there are some sales that may be lost. I just don't know that it'll actually have that much of an impact on them in the grand scheme of things. I think if somebody wants to play this in arcade format, they're going to buy the Arcade1Up machine. So
fair.
Wrong.
I don't think it'll impact them. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, look, even if people decide to say, "Hey, I'm going to put an Intech gaming control panel in an Arcade1Up and play the Switch version of this coming out," Arcade1Up still at some point sold a cabinet for you to put it in, right? Or whether if you have a PC modded Arcade1Up, you're gonna put with a plate on Steam. You're gonna play it via Steam on your multicades, OTG modes, or just DIY custom multicades. Like, I think people are going to play this on an arcade machine. If anything, this just provides people more ways to play these games on an Arcade1Up machine. Now, is it they are doing the arcade ROMs, the original arcade ROMs?
That is correct, sir.
Because I heard some people, like, I put a video out and I was actually quite shocked. That video got like 10,000 views in a couple days. But there's so many comments on that video. I couldn't keep up with the comments because you guys know we all try to respond to as many comments on our videos as we can. But there's just such a hot topic. There's so many comments I can't keep up with it. But there were several people in the comments of my video who were saying, "Well, these are the console versions," and so Arcade1Up has the arcade ROMs. And I was like, wait a minute. When I was watching the video trailer, it looked like the arcade versions.
It's the arcade versions.
So, I mean, provided they're the arcade versions.
P-Dubs, this is the internet. Most people talk without knowing what they're talking about. With the most crazy certainty in the entire world. They'll just say whatever they think with no actual knowledge.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, people will have fun playing these games on arcade machines still, or hell, even sitting in front of their TV with an arcade fight stick.
My prediction is P-Dubs will play this on his Polycade, which their white glove treatment setting up in his house for him.
That is don't start saying stuff like that. That's not true. I'm not the one getting the white glove treatment. I've actually never had a conversation with them before ever in my life. So
Nostalgia got the white glove treatment one time.
Yeah.
It's not what you think, though.
It was the white rubber glove.
It was a different type of white glove.
White rubber glove.
Yeah.
Yep. It was much more uncomfortable than I was expecting, but I kind of enjoyed it. So
there was pressure at first, but then after that, it felt fine.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And he gave me a warning too.
Yeah.
There was a warning, so all was good.
Was the warning just relax?
Yeah, that's right. Don't tense up. It'll make it worse.
Here you go. That's the ROM version. Thanks so much, Neo Severa. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. In case any of you want to know, So MG says he was about to pick up an Arcade1Up MVC, but they announced it on Switch, so sounds like he's not picking it up. And actually, I saw that comment a lot on my video Nostalgia.
No, I'm not trying to argue that nobody would do that. That's not my point. I just don't know that it's going to have as much of an impact. I think these machines have been out for long enough that, like, it's not like they're selling these things in boatloads as it stands. So
no,
they are actually selling them in boatloads. They come over in boats. There's a
Mike, you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. I'm saying it's not there. It's not a hot selling item. It's not flying off the shelf.
It was for them. This is one of their big marquee titles. Or has been for the last year. Yeah.
Didn't know that. Well, I've been wrong before, right?
Well, anyways, guys, the thing is now this is out there. It gives people another option to play. People are going to play however they want to play. Some people really like Arcade1Up. They like that format and they want to play there. So they can do that. And then some people don't give a shit. They'll play anyways. Some people will do the best of both worlds and hook a Switch up through the Intech deck to an Arcade1Up. Who knows? There's no right answer. You play the way you want to play. But it's cool now that there's options for people who didn't want to get this on Arcade1Up, wanted to play this in other ways. Now they can, and hopefully with a really good online experience, which we think Capcom's going to do with rollback.
Yeah, the only real concern with the Intech gaming panel with the Switch is if you go Bluetooth mode, some people will complain about input lag, but you can also connect your Intech gaming control panel to your Switch via the USB cable that comes with the kit. So you can just hardwire it if you're worried about that.
So is the input lag that big a deal, P-dubs?
You know what? I've played my Intech gaming Arcade1Up, modded Arcade1Up that's out. I took my Marvel Superheroes and that's the mod I did. And I still have that modded Arcade1Up. I don't know if I'll get rid of it anytime soon because I like to call it my Nintendo Switch arcade, right? Anytime I want to play a Switch game and have the quasi arcade experience, I'll go that way. But even when I just connected via Bluetooth, I've honestly never noticed anything to make me go, "Oh my god, this is unplayable."
So the lag isn't that bad. Like you don't mind a little bit of lag.
I don't. I mean, I honestly I didn't even know it was there until people were saying that there's lag on it. But then if you hardwire it, you can kind of see slightly better. So I mean,
you're going on record to say that you don't mind if something has a little bit of lag.
Oh my god, here comes the AtGames shit. Seriously. Are we really gonna try and tie 2 and 2 together here? Mike.
I don't think he's tying anything. Mike didn't tie anything. You did, P-dubs. This is on you.
Yep.
No, I was just letting people know you could hardwire your Intech control panels. So if it's a big deal to you. So
anyways, guys, we've been going 42 minutes and we haven't got off this Nintendo Direct yet. So anyways, Marvel versus Capcom Fighting Collection.
No, actually we did. We've been talking about Arcade1Up in the MVC2 and how to play these games on an arcade. That's kind of different.
Different.
That's not, we're not to, I since I joined the stream, we haven't mentioned the Nintendo Direct at all.
Okay, well, we do got to move on, so I'm going to push forward with the next topic. Well, we got to talk about one more thing. The last announcement that everybody predicted, everybody knew about.
2 more announcements, brother.
Okay, you have another one you want to talk about. What is it?
Well, there's 2 big titles, man.
Yep.
That you think are big titles. Go ahead.
Everyone thinks they're big title.
Not the biggest one. Say what the other one is.
Well, I'm not sure which one you think is the bigger of the 2.
The bigger one was the final announcement.
I didn't know what order they came in. You got to give me
the
more
final
context.
Announcement. You son of a bitch. Okay, I'll just say the one I was going to say.
Okay, say the one that you're thinking.
So, sorry. There's also, this is actually going to get me in a lot of trouble, but there's also a Legend of Zelda Echoes.
That was a pretty big announcement, dude.
I was very disappointed, and then everybody's going to try to turn it into, oh, it's just so, you're trying to say it's a woke agenda. I'm not saying it's a woke agenda. Don't care that Zelda is the protagonist. I'm just mad because they gave her a different combat system, and the game plays significantly differently because with this copy ability and copy wand, we are Nintendo's going to come for our house. But with the copy ability and the copy stuff, Like, you don't have a sword, you don't have any of those weapons. You copy enemies and have them fight for you. This is more Dragon Quest monsters than it is The Legend of Zelda. So I was so excited to see this as a top-down Legend of Zelda. Don't really care that Link's not the protagonist. I'm fine with Zelda being the protagonist. Disappointed you don't get to play with Zelda in traditional Legend of Zelda attack mode.
Is that the case? When I watched this, I thought it was like, yeah, they have all those copy moves, and you can even clone, like, enemies and have them fight on your behalf. But I thought you could fight with the bow staff that she has as well. No,
Watch closely.
I'm watching.
No.
I'm watching.
All right, here we go. Let's see. All right.
Yeah, now they're talking about like the copy, the echo. The echo attack or the echo feature.
I don't know.
It's not. You're not into that?
No, this will be a Zelda.
It'll still be a very good game. I'm sure I will enjoy it. I love the art style. Of course, it's the exact same art style they used for the Wind Waker remake. I am just disappointed that you can't do the traditional Legend of Zelda stuff, or at least we haven't seen whether or not you can do that yet.
Yeah, this will probably be a Zelda game I skip, honestly, guys.
This has nothing to do with Zelda having her own game, Bono's Tecmo. I'm literally saying the game completely plays differently. And I don't understand why people have such a hard time understanding it.
After 30 years, Zelda gets game. I think he's just speaking in general, like the overall internet reaction. A lot of people were very upset, thought it was a DEI injected type decision. And
I don't think that's what this was at all. People have been screaming for a game with Zelda as a playable character.
There always has been. It's called The Legend of Zelda: A Wand of Gamelon. It's not like there hasn't been before, guys. You're asking for a good game that stars Zelda, and I'm fine with that too. And I was fine with Zelda being the star of the second Breath of the Wild game. It's just that my problem is it doesn't play like a traditional Zelda game, or at least not. They made it very clear. The director said, we have changed the way she attacks and the way it plays. They've systematically changed the dynamic of the game. That's my issue.
But they've released lots of Zelda games where the dynamic was different. Like, what is that game? The Tri Heroes? I can't remember the name of it. Where you have,
and I didn't play it because
I'm
it's
just
not.
saying,
It's different.
This is not a new thing that all of a sudden we just got this like Zelda game and it's wildly different and everyone's like, no, they do this all the time. They've released games that are slightly different. From my perspective, it looks like an interesting game. It's a game I think I'm going to play. I think it's a game that my daughter would really like to play with me. So I don't have any issues with this. I think anyone who's complaining about it, like, come on, we just got Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
And that's the thing for me, nostalgia, is when you look at the way they evolved a Zelda game or a Link game into Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and that style of open world RPG type experience. And then they're coming out with these games that, they kind of look more like the original top-down games. And it's like that's what made Zelda incredible. I get all that, guys. But here's the thing. Nintendo has spoiled me with Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. It's hard for me to go back to wanting to play a Zelda game that's a top-down game like this. Does that make sense? Like, I love the open world experience. Like, Breath of the Wild, in my opinion, is like Tears of the Kingdom is cool, but I still like Breath of the Wild more. I still think it's like the best game the Nintendo Switch ever did, and that was like the first game that came out.
Nostalgia, just hold on a second. I want to answer JT Brunwick here. Yes, and I like that. I like turning into a wolf in Twilight Princess. I like the different play mechanics.
Exactly it.
All that stuff is fun, but it's not exactly it, because that's an added feature. The core of the game is still the exact same as every other Legend of Zelda game. You still attack, all that stuff the exact same. The fact that they're changing that bothers me. I don't care. I'm still going to get this. I'm probably going to have a blast with it and be like, oh, I was worried about nothing. Still a super fun game. But for me right now, don't care that it's a girl. I wouldn't care that it's a broom. If the protagonist was broom, I don't really care. It's the fact that the playing is different. and that's disappointing to me. Am I saying don't get the game? No, not at all. It's probably going to be a fun game, but it's not a core Zelda game.
Let me jump in here real quick. First off, Richie's comment, that would be incredible to have
wouldn't it?
amazing Zelda game where you are Ganon and you get to play as Ganon and you get more of
The
like
Legend
the
of
Ganon lore.
the Legend of Zelda,
Ganon's Revenge. Yeah, that would be incredible.
I would buy that shit in a heartbeat.
Without question. But I guess, P-Dubs, to your point, like, you're right. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are incredibly fun games. But would you, and they are vastly different. They appear to be more complex. They're bigger in terms of like the main franchise of Zelda. But for me, like, we can't expect them to release a better game and a better game within quick succession. So when I see something like this being released so quickly after their last main installment of Legend of Zelda game, I'm okay with it because we just get like a little bit of extra Zelda in between the next big release. So I got no problem with this. I think this is going to be an interesting one. And the mechanics, Mike, I got to say, man, they do shift up the mechanics. Do you know
You're so dumb. It's not even remotely funny at this point. It's like you don't even know what you're saying. Yes, they add different things, but the core mechanics have always been the same.
That's not true.
It's 100% true. How can you not say that? Do you understand video games?
I do. I would like you to defend how the core mechanics of, say, Majora's Mask is the same.
Because when you're not doing the special shit of putting on the mask and
Shut up, Mike.
Way,
Shut up, Mike. We got a super chat. Shut up, Mike. Now you know how it feels, Mike. Shut up, Mike. I know you're trying to make it a good point, Mike, but we have to stop the show because Slappy McPhee gave us $5, and Slappy McPhee says he wasn't a fan of those mechanics in the modern Zelda games. And it's kind of meh to him. All right, there you go.
So the only time they did change up the mechanics, realistically, there's 3 times. One is Zelda 2 and the CDI games. So I agree with that. But what you're saying, nostalgia, and what I'm saying don't correlate. I understand what you're saying, Majora's Mask, and you could attack different while wearing the mask. Those things are special features, but the core mechanics of the gameplay have always remained the same.
I still want
not
that Ganon
true.
Game
The
now.
core
That's
mechanics,
think about.
Mike, the core mechanics of the new games is really based off of like grinding and crafting.
Dark Souls.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay, Mike. It's fine. We agree to disagree. My perspective is that the games have changed significantly enough that something like this is not. It's not jarring at all. They've added some interesting new mechanics into the game. It looks like it's going to be fun. The art style's kind of cool.
See, you're coming at this with a far left, liberal, woke agenda. That's why.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. I'm coming at this fighting the establishment here on this one, Mike. No, I just don't think it looks bad. I don't know what the issue is, and I just don't agree with your.
For me, I'm also like I love the new Legend of Zelda games. But at my heart and soul, I'm still the kid that played the first top-down Legend of Zelda, that played, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and I get my jimmies really excited. Things happen when I see a top-down Zelda game. Like, I was so cool to see Link Between Worlds, so cool to see Link's Awakening remake. I really like top-down Legend of Zelda, so I got really excited. And then I had my heart ripped out of my chest. It was like that episode of The Simpsons.
That Zelda was the main character. You just couldn't handle it. Nope, that's
I
it.
did not care.
Mike.
Did not care about Zelda. It's the minute the guy said, and we've changed the way she attacks too. And I said, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it that way.
Yeah, but you're the same guy that you were watching like when they announced that Star Fox game for the Nintendo Wii U, and I was watching it and I was like, here they come. They're gonna make it. They're gonna ruin it. They're gonna say something stupid. Waggle controls, and I was like, damn it, I knew it. You were the guy, and you were like, yay, waggle controls. It's just all fun.
No. That's not quite the same. But I hear what you're saying. I disagree. I think this looks wonderful. I think I'm not going to knock it till I try it. If I play the game and the game sucks and the mechanics make the game like unbearable, that's a different story. But
nostalgia's generation has ruined everything. Everything. It's so true.
Okay. You guys complain all you want. My
true.
generation's who's going to be paying your pensions when you guys retire. So,
So there's arguments about the mechanics on these, and yes, I agree with what Nostalgia said. It has changed differently, but like, I mean, you're still attacking with your sword. You're still picking up other weapons you use, but it is very heavily influenced by the Dark Souls series. Like, even the way like the bosses and all that stuff comes up, like they took a lot of inspiration from the Dark Souls games.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know whose point that adds, like whose side that really adds.
It adds to yours. Defending you.
Okay, I'm just that's what I thought, and I was like, I don't know why you're making that point if it counters yours, but that's okay.
I don't, because I don't care about winning. I just
I do
talk about the discussion.
That's all I care about is winning.
I'm red. I'm angry. I am heated.
That's
All I gotta
okay.
do is win, no matter what.
Well, we've spent 55 minutes on this. We've got one more
done?
huge announcement.
What?
Mike really has to talk. This is the biggest thing in the Nintendo Direct.
What?
What do you mean, what? Come on, did you watch the Nintendo Direct?
Well, I don't know. I came in late. I don't know which stuff you
Okay,
covered
so
already.
all the influencers knew about this ahead of time. People were posting like, "Can you imagine if we see Metroid Prime 4 tomorrow?" And I was like you don't fucking know, right? So, anyways, after what is it? This was announced back in when 2017, and they first announced this 2017. We are making Metroid Prime 4, and it became a bit of a joke at this point. We were like, "Yeah, sure, you're making Metroid Prime 4." After they fired this retro studios, fired the whole development team, brought new development team on. We got our first look at some cinema scenes and also some actual gameplay of Metroid Prime 4, which is apparently actually happening in 2025.
It is actually super exciting. I think P-Dubs, you're looking to grab us some footage here.
I'm trying to grab something here for you, but go ahead.
He's actually on Pornhub.
Yeah, we can see it, P-Dubs. You got the wrong window open. This one was interesting because Metroid Prime, the Metroid Prime series is a really fun series, and it's been highly anticipated for a very, very long time. And they've really, like, based off of what they've shown, they're staying very true to the franchise itself. The gameplay, the graphics, like everything looks like really, really well done.
Are we sure this is on Nintendo Switch hardware?
Well, I was actually going to bring that up. So they're announcing
it looks
this
too good for the Switch.
I've got some great information to share this with you on this.
Is it confirmed or is this speculation?
It is confirmed. This is running on the Nintendo Switch. Digital Foundry did the work on it. It's running at 900, not 1080p. It's 900 or whatever. I don't know what that is. So yeah, this is 100% running on the Nintendo Switch. There's actually some stutters and jaggies at points too.
Interesting. Well, it'll be interesting to see like what the final release looks like, because even with the like their latest Pokemon games, they were having some trouble with the gameplay, and there was a lot of like graphical issues and stuttering. So a game like this running on the Switch is going to be interesting. Now, what I think is the coolest thing is that, well, it's not cool, but they said the release is going to be 2025. So we're not seeing it this year, but I also think we're probably going to see the next, like the Switch successor in 2025. And if I
think instead of they've announced it,
they've already
said it. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that I think this is going to be similar to what they did with Breath of the Wild.
That's
where they've announced this for the Switch, but I think it'll be a cross or like a dual release where they'll release this in sync with the new console. And they'll have two versions, one for the Switch, if you're a Switch owner, and then one for the new console when it comes out. And likely this could be a very strong, if as strong as any launch title for the new Switch console.
So I will actually throw some more gas on that fire too. So a lot of people pointed out like the jaggies and the graphical degradation issues. That's also been seen when people try to port PS4 games to the Nintendo Switch. They do some kind of weird conversion to downgrade it to make it possible to run on the Switch, which creates a lot of graphical issues. If you ever played Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's sometimes it just looks like shit, and it's because of the downgrading graphics, and because it's not built for the Nintendo Switch. They actually had to port it down. That may be caused by this being a Switch 2 game that's being ported down to work on the Switch as well.
That'll be interesting to see. I think we're gonna get little trickles of more information over maybe the next direct that they do. They do one in September, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see a little bit more then.
So I don't know if I'm going to play this one. I heard a rumor that Samus is a girl in this one, and I can't play games with female.
That makes a lot of sense coming from you, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by that. I know that you're really against female heroines in any series. That's why you didn't play the Bayonetta series, right?
I've played all the Bayonetta games.
Did you know that the main character is a female?
No, I just thought she was a really good-looking dude.
You should have seen Mike when the first time he played Tomb Raider, and he's like, "Wait a minute, where's the whip? Where's the brown jacket?
Yep.
This isn't Indiana Jones."
Yep. I'm not surprised. Mike, you got to get over your bigotry, man. We got to move on. This is 2024, brother.
And speaking of moving on, can we get off the Nintendo Direct?
Yeah. Well, thank you for telling me that, Nostalgia Trudeau. I really appreciate that.
Nostalgia Trudeau.
If only.
Yeah. Oh man, you guys are
amazing. Are the best. Yes, all those. Yes.
All right. So we got some quick stuff from AtGames here. So let's dive in, guys. Are you ready to save? Are you ready? Are you ready to open your wallets and save money and make your purchases now with your 6% savings on your AtGames Legends Pinball 4K bundle? Oh, National Owners Day. They announced their sales, and I'm going to say what I want to say, and then you guys could tell me how awesome this is. But in my opinion, all they're doing here is we're getting some free shipping, boys. Like, that's it. Like, shipping is usually $100 on this stuff, and the 6.7%. Oh, okay, for this bundle. Okay. So basically, they're like, "Hey, come buy our product at full price. We'll give you free shipping." I mean, it just kind of equates to, "Hey guys, we're just doing a free shipping day." Like, I don't see the savings here. I saw some YouTubers, not you guys, running around saying this is incredible, when these are actually the worst deals yet on these products so far, in my opinion.
So how much would be the shipping and handling for the arcade control panel by itself?
It says $20 right below it.
Yeah.
So shipping, handling.
Yeah.
So you only pay the $100 shipping and handling for the bundle, or do you have to pay that as well for the arcade control panel included?
You're paying $20 on the shipping.
It'll be $120.
So you still pay the shipping. So okay.
Yeah. So like, dudes, come on. This isn't a great bundle to get people into the ecosystem. Like, here's what I think they should have done, because honestly, like, the deals on the high def ones aren't bad. If you guys look at the high def, I mean, pretty much a lot of the high def products are at least 25% off. But where I think they missed the mark is, if you really want to make these units move, this is just my opinion, I want to hear you guys' feedback, is put them on sale 25% off with free shipping. And I think people would go nuts for that stuff, right? Because even when you add the shipping on top of it, now you're pushing a 25 to a 33% savings. And I think a lot of people would be excited. But in my opinion, you can't get excited about this bundle. You just can't. This is not a deal, in my opinion. This is just kind of like, oh, hey, it's like, you wanted okay, I'm done. I'm done ranting. This isn't a good deal.
It would be nice to see them give more savings. The only people that are going to consider this a deal are people who were waiting for some savings. People that were on the fence about getting this, planned on getting it anyways. At least they're saving something, right?
Yeah. And that's the funny thing too, is like, technically, if you think about it, no company has to put any product on sale. They could just say the MSRP is the MSRP, and then you try to say, oh, we should just be grateful that they're not charging us full price. But I wouldn't be like, oh my God, thank you so much, AtGames, for saving me 6.7%. Like, it's just not exciting. It's not exciting at all. Now, again,
Again, I've said this. I don't think they should add those
the
percentages.
yeah,
I don't
when
think
we
the
get
percentages do many favors.
yeah, and when we get to the high def, you'll see that the deals on the high def are much more tolerable. But this is I can't say this is a good deal, me personally, but that's just my opinion. Don't hold
Well,
it against
it's better than paying
everybody.
full price if you were planning on getting one.
Anything is better than paying full price, but this
Yeah, there
isn't
you
one
go.
where I would walk away being like, I got a great deal. Does that make sense?
Sure. Um, Go ahead and show the other deals, and then I want to do a little bit
Sure.
of discussion about overall, I think, what people were expecting and what might still be announced or what should still be announced. But let's look at the HD deals as well. So basically, with those two, save $200 if you buy the Any Legends 4K plus the arcade control panel, and then there's save $350 if you buy the Any Legends 4K, the arcade control panel, and the surround sound feedback kit. Honestly, guys, if you're going to get a Legends 4K, highly recommend getting the surround sound feedback kit. It is incredible, completely changes the experience. So, I mean, if you've been waiting to get one, take advantage of the bundle deal. But like P-Dub said, is it this crazy deal, like 25% off? No.
Yeah. Well, if I was them, what I would have done, because keep in mind, they're making all their money on these software sales for these overpriced, pinball packs and arcade game packs and Activision game packs, and what I mean, like that's where your revenue is coming in. So, in my opinion, get some more units out there in the field instead of it just being 26%. Just say it's 25% off with free shipping. Get rid of that $75. Now you have a deal. 25% off with free shipping. I would buy that if I didn't own it already. That's a great deal. I mean, these are better, but still, kind of stinky in my opinion. I don't know what's going on with AtGames that the deals just didn't we get better deals a couple years ago? These deals just aren't as pretty.
Maybe they felt they were in a different place. I mean, back a couple of years ago, they were playing catch up to Arcade1Up and, really trying to stake their own position in the market and stuff like that. I would have to go back and look at the deals. I don't know if they were all that much better, but I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, again, like it's a sale. Like, you have to weigh it against what you think is a good value, what's a good discount off. I think what people, there's one more, and it's Pinball Net. If you buy Pinball Net, you get a $50 coupon. So can you bring that slide up as well, P-Dubs? Because I've got it here too, but I want to take a closer look at it before I really comment on it. Because I think it's the way the deal works is it's $150 Pinball Net, and then you get a bonus $50 AtGames card to spend on game packs. So it's not $50 off Pinball Net. You get a coupon that you can then use in their e-store after the fact.
Okay.
I would have done a discounted I would have done a discounted Pinball Net subscription there.
Well, all right, let's do this. A lot of people out there, you have your 4K pinball machines. And Pinball Net just went live, a couple weeks ago. When your free Pinball Net expires, how many of you plan on buying the subscription service? Do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat if you're going to buy it. Put a 2 in the chat if you're not. And hopefully they don't just automatically start charging people this. Hopefully they say, hey, your free time period ended. Would you like to buy? Let me know in the live chat. That'd be great. Me, I really don't have any interest in Pinball Net. If I'm going to buy any of their software, I'm going to buy it to own it and keep it and not rent it or borrow it. I do see the value in it. I know you guys are. It's because, for instance, if you did have it, you could test out games before you actually buy them, right? Like, I get that. But it's not enough for me. I got too many subscription services as it is. So there you go. I'm seeing a bunch of 2s in the chat, guys. So there you go. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But yeah, there you go. Pinball Net.
So anyways, there's some sales out there for people who want to avail of them. What I did want to talk about, this is just the early stuff. We don't know if this is everything. I think a lot of people were waiting on just a dedicated discount off the ALP 4KP. A lot of
Mhm.
people were waiting. I know I've had people reach out to me, ask me about, like, do you like the ALP 4KP? I'm like, yeah, I love it. Love the SSF kit. I think people were hoping to see individual products with sales in the Legends 4K line. So deals on the 4K machines themselves and deals on, like, the accessories. Not so much a bundle deal, but like some people might already have the ALP 4K. Been hearing all these great things about the SSF, and we're hoping for a
Are
sale on that.
they during National Owners Day? Are there any hints or teases that they're going to give any information about any upcoming products or new mega announcements, partnerships, anything like that?
But they're going to make an announcement. They're definitely not going to work with P-Dubs again in 2025.
Oh, I trust me. I don't give a shit. But seriously,
No. But let me finish what I was saying. So there was the individual deals. The other thing I think a lot of people are waiting for, the other shoe to fall, they're waiting for more announcements about different tables, because there's people out there still waiting for that
yeah,
table theme that they want, like Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, South Park,
yeah.
shit like that. So I guess we'll wait, because this is just right now. All we have is this early information. Are these the deals? Are these all of them? We don't know. They're the ones that we know yet. This is the sneak peek.
Yeah.
So hopefully, there is something like P Dubs is talking about. I don't think there's going to be any kind of relative product drop or information. I think
I mean,
really the home arcade
how
market is
much
kind of dried up. I think
how
more
much
so it's moving
money?
to software.
Let's AtGames, for instance, if you think about it, they've been around and they've managed to survive. But Nostalgia, in your opinion, do you think they were making their money off their cabinets and hardware, or do you think they were making their money off their subscription services and their software? Where do you think they were more successful? Just in your humble opinion.
At what
It could be
point?
right or wrong, everybody, but just in
At
Nostalgia's
what
opinion.
point in their history do you mean, like, exclusively with their Legends lineup, or
Yeah,
as
with
a
the
company as a
legend,
whole?
with the Legends arcade family products. Because if you think about it, how many Legends 4K pinball machines are out there? A couple thousand at the most. Do you think that they're paying their mortgage bills with the sales on those units, or is it from people constantly buying software?
I think traditionally in the video game industry, you don't really make a ton of your money on the hardware.
Right.
If you offer downloadable content, the
Right.
software
So
side of things is going to be where you make
Most
the most
people
margin.
right.
most people sell their product as a loss leader and then hope to
Right.
get most of that money back on the software sales.
Right.
I know that at games, like, I know $100 shipping sucks. It sucks, guys. We're in the Amazon era. We expect free shipping
Yeah.
on everything. I know for a fact that it costs more than $100 to ship the 4KP out. They are subsidizing that, even though it sucks. It's still $100. The shipping's more than that. They're subsidizing that already. I know that. So, this sucks. It's like the New Wave Toys stuff, like $80 to get the New Wave Toys and Glenn's thing. And like anything direct to consumer from Arcade1Up here is $200. So like
Yeah.
we're in that era. The shipping sucks. It sucks. So I don't know what to say. At least they're subsidizing the ALP 4KP shipping.
Yeah, which is nice too. But also, when I think about it, like there's only so many software packs you can milk out of a couple thousand people. Like you really need to get more units out there in the field. So you really need to, hey, do something big, man. You want to clear out the warehouse? Like I said, 25% off free shipping, 33% off free shipping. All those units would sell out in a day. Now you have more users buying more software packs. Just my humble opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not what's that word? Economist. I don't know. Just my opinion.
The challenge is that it's not an inexpensive product to begin with.
Oh,
So it's not like even if they give you a $400 off sale, how many more units are they going to sell? They'll sell more for sure. More people who are
Right.
on the fence might convert.
Yeah.
But like they're not jumping into a giant pool full of people who have $1,500 ready to go to buy a pinball machine, right? The market is relatively small, so it's not like a super deep discount is going to drive massive numbers of sales. But I do hear what you're saying. I think that the more affordable they can make the product, the better the chances are of their success with a new product like this.
Yeah.
They'd
Right
have
there.
to lay me off if they gave that kind of discount. They wouldn't have money to pay me. So is that the new joke now? Because Wagner officially announced he's working with AtGames, so now no one has to make jokes that Wagner's secretly working with AtGames. I'm secretly working there. How does this work? This community is so crazy. You guys, the home arcade community need
what's
to watch
funny
the
about
first 4 episodes of The Boys this year, and all the
you know
stuff
what's
about the truthers and tinfoil hatters.
you know what
Just watch that and then think about your life.
honestly, if since you brought it up, Mike, honestly, I am happy for Wagner
Me too.
because if you guys think about it, Wagner's an older fellow. He's older than everybody on this panel, and he had a career job, and he messed around with arcades on the side, and you know, unfortunately, he got laid off. And imagine when you're at that age, and I'm sure
Oh, he
some of
got laid off? I didn't know that.
our audience, you guys are all our demographics say most of you out there are 40 to 65. And if you think about it, guys, if you're 50 plus and you're getting laid off and you're not ready for retirement, like that's scary to try and go find a new job somewhere, right? Especially when you're interviewing against
Big
people
time.
in their 20s, fresh out of school, who will take the job for a much cheaper salary than you. So, I talked to John privately behind the scenes, and he was upset and a little, sad that he had to go job hunting. And it's kind of funny. I actually sent him a message say, why don't you just go ask PK for a direct job? You know what I mean? I actually said that to him in our private text messages back and forth. And then like a week or two later, they made the announcement that he got a job with them. So in my opinion, I'm happy for John because, John's a good guy. He does good content, and now we can officially say Wagner is an AtGames employee and laugh and joke about it. So, but yeah, I'm happy for Wagner. Good for him in my opinion.
I think it's good for Wagner as well because he's the perfect height for their product.
So I mean, I'm happy for Wagner. Good for him. I'm not going to throw any stones at him, but just keep in mind, guys, that he works there now. So there's disclosures that need to be made, and you guys should consider that when reviewing his content. Like, you should do that for anyone who's officially an employee of X company, right? So, there you go. So
yeah, like when you go back and watch P-Dub's iArcade content, remember he was an early investor.
Oh my god, I never worked there. You guys are so dumb. All these tinfoil hats, man.
And when you watch anything from Nostalgia on Evercade or literally anything he does, because he has his hands in it for something.
Every company I've ever done a video on is I work for them. I'm an employee of every company I've ever made a video.
We all are. Like, all the truthers are right. There's a secret regime of home arcade companies reaching out to us to determine what will be successful and not successful. We control the power and the will. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah. So yes, that's pretty much what's going on with AtGames. Do they have any games coming out? Any pinball packs being released?
Natural History Pack 2 is coming out this month, so I think that'll coincide with National Owners Day, right?
Yeah. I'm happy that people who own the high def products will have some new games to play.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking for it.
They've been sitting around on the sidelines going, "What about me? What about me?" And you'll have something.
But
new.
it's like they just didn't read the notices. Like, it was like AtGames. All the Zen tables are coming exclusively to the 4K, and then they release a Zen table, and then everybody's like, "Hey, why isn't this coming to ALP?" And I was like, "Did you not read anything that was put out there ever?"
True, but they shouldn't have felt obligated like we got to buy this whole new platform. Like, they've been waiting a long time for a new high def pack. So, so at least something's coming that people can check out, and hopefully it's good. Like, I don't mind the natural history games. They're kind of busy. In my opinion, the last Ice Age is the best one.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
I love the last Ice Age. The dinosaur one is actually okay in my opinion. Some people like the dinosaur one more. What's the other one? Oh, Amazonia. It's okay. But
There's 4.
I really like the last Ice Age. I really like it.
There's 4.
That's a fun one.
4.
Despite the fact that it has 9,000 flippers and table sections. It's a
Yeah.
fun game. Just like the Grinch. The Grinch is my favorite Dr. Seuss table. I love playing that freaking game. I think AtGames did a good job with the Grinch and Magic Pixel. Because it follows the storyline. You know what I mean? So, you know. What you smiling about, Nostalgia?
Just the comment section. I love the people who watch our show. They're amazing. I
Bunch
love
of
every
jerks.
single one of you guys.
Oh, are
All
people
of you.
trolling?
I love it. I love
Drinking
the
out. They're
trolling.
making fun of Nostalgia's glass.
They're making fun of me. They're making fun of Mike. They're making fun of you. They're making fun of everybody.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hey,
I love
you know what?
seeing that.
I mean, this is a podcast where a group of guys react to the headlines. That's all this is.
No, it's not.
And-
It's a podcast where the
and
arcade
we-
companies have bought our souls and directed us which products to
Oh,
tell people to play and which
yeah.
ones not.
Yeah, Exoplanet. Yeah, I pretend that game doesn't even exist, Bill. That's the only game that I don't stand. I've mentioned that on many streams.
I don't like exoplanets either. No.
I just pretend that game doesn't even exist. But yeah, we make fun of each other, and if the chat makes fun of us, it just makes for a good stream. As I always say, one of my coined phrases is, "We're just here busting each other's balls, man."
100%.
And if you can't handle some ball busting, you need to get off the internet. So, all right. So that's what's going on with AtGames. What else we got? We got Zoltar should be shipping soon from New Wave Toys.
Yeah.
Hopefully by next week. Well, actually, no. Should be received in California by next week.
Wait, this is a podcast?
Yeah.
Not even close.
But what else? What else
It's
did
an
you?
embarrassment as well.
What else did you have in the?
Evercade.
thumbnails.
2 new Evercade carts were announced this past week. New arcade collections going to go well with the new Evercade Alpha coming out.
I'm gonna make people mad when we talk about this. But go ahead.
How are you going to make people mad?
He's going to dump on it.
No,
He's a big,
because
he's a big dumper.
I think going forward, before we talk about a product, we also have to throw up a disclaimer if we have some kind of outside beef with the company prior to talking about their product.
No, I think the Data East cart looks like
no,
terrible.
No.
I think it looks terrible. The Topola cart looks awesome, but the Data East cart, there's no excitement there. But we could talk about it. Go ahead. You tell me how excited you are for that Data East pack.
Well, I haven't gone through all the games yet, but I saw Crude Buster and stuff on it. It's not the highest quality of Data East arcade titles.
Not the highest quality.
No, it's true. This is just completing the collection, but the collections aren't weighted evenly. If you're going to do a Data East collection, this is what's left over, basically.
All right, let's
there's
go
still
through
some
this,
good
guys.
games there.
Here we go.
Awesome arcade games.
Let's just say 12 arcade games. We don't have to say awesome. All right, get ready, guys. Get hyped. Let's see if we can pause. Yeah, the Evercade EXPR. All right, so Joe and Mac returns. Trio the Pug.
That's a fun game.
That's
a fun game.
Never Forget Me. I'll have to pause.
Awesome. Look at it.
All right.
Midnight Resistance is good.
Midnight Resistance. It's okay. Peter Pepper's Ice Cream Factory. Come on now.
That's the best game on the card.
What's wrong with that?
It's nothing. I'm saying it's the best game on the
card. Crew Buster is shitty.
Crew Buster is horrible.
This is a rough-looking shmup.
Yeah, B-Wings. There you go. Let's see. Oh, here we go on the other side now.
Super Burger Time's okay.
Yeah,
Edward Randy's super fun.
Edward Randy, the cliffhanger. Yeah, but we've played it so many times over the years.
You're assuming people have the Legends Ultimate and played it to death. You're assuming there.
Express Raider.
Half of these games I've never played in my life.
East Mission.
Last Mission.
Super Real Darwin. I don't know. This cartridge isn't getting me all hot and bothered. So, but there you go.
You wouldn't be able to FAP to Shootout?
What?
You wouldn't be able to FAP to Shootout?
He doesn't get it.
I don't know what
he's too old.
You wouldn't be able to do a stander upper to Shootout?
Just say yes, you could.
No, I would not.
So I mean, this is more for the collectors. Not everything's for everybody. I mean, the other Data East package.
I'm just letting you know I'm not excited about that one.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. That's just my opinion. It's about sharing our opinions. I'm not excited. If you're excited, be excited. Everyone, be excited. It's cool.
P-Dubs is
P-Dubs,
telling you if you're
all you gotta
excited
do-
for this, he's going to think you're an idiot.
I
And
don't
he
know
will
that.
talk
I
badly
don't-
about you on
No,
the
I
internet.
don't.
That's
I
what he's
don't do
saying.
that.
No,
But-
no. What P-Dubs is
but-
trying to do. Listen, it's very obvious what
but
P-Dubs is trying to do.
this-
Before we go on
this
to this card.
is the one.
Pause it.
No, I don't want to pause it.
Pause it.
This
No,
is
no,
the
pause it.
one.
Pause
No,
it. You got to
no,
make a very
pause it.
clear point here. Pause it.
Oh, God. You guys and
So,
your
can I
drama.
say this
Can't we
one?
just
You
talk
got a
about
point.
this stuff?
This cart has 7 games. The other cart has 12 games. The fucking value, P-Dubs.
Oh, Nostalgia, tell me the value of the Data East cart.
That's not what I was going to talk about. I was going to say, P-Dubs, the reason why you're trying to convey that you're not excited for the Data East cart is very simple.
Why?
You don't want people to buy that cart, so that way you can buy all the carts. You can keep them sealed, wait till it's out of production, and then sell them on eBay.
Damn
for
it,
$400.
Nostalgia!
Nope.
I can see right
Damn
through
it.
you, sir.
Nope.
Well,
You're
okay.
wrong.
Do you
You're
know
wrong.
why?
You're wrong.
Brooklyn Menace told me that if nobody buys these carts and you buy them in bulk, you can sell them on eBay for lots of money.
Nope.
Nostalgia, you
So
just
true.
ruined my master plan.
So
you son of a bitch.
Let me put on my tinfoil hat and give my theory on this. The reason why P-Dubs is trying to get everybody to avoid the Data East card is because it's typical P-Dubs gatekeeper bullshit. He's trying to stop everybody from getting the game so he can get his review out first. That's all he's about, being first.
That's
Oh,
right.
God.
That's
Jesus Christ.
That's right. He wants to get that cart first
man.
before
But
anyone
here we
else, so
go,
he can release
guys.
a
Now
video
this
review.
is Bats a Gun. Come on. Let's go. Special version.
Yeah,
Fix
Toplan
eight.
makes some good games.
Gox. It doesn't get any better.
And that's all
No,
of
there's 3 more. God damn it. Outzone. Outzone's a great game.
Truxton 2! Truxton!
Truxton 2 is
Vivana!
good.
Now that's a freaking cart.
Well, Truxton 2. I'm in.
This is the cart you want, ladies and gentlemen. Do not buy Data East Arcade Pack 2. Just grab this cart so I can buy the bulk. I can buy 10,000 copies of them and sell them on eBay.
If you're
There you go.
if you're an iArcade fan, this is the
a
quality of games that were brought to the iArcade.
Hey, all jokes aside, these are some great games. This shmup cart. These are some great games.
Yeah,
right here.
Toplan makes some good games.
I'm excited about this one. So yeah, there you go.
So what are you saying? It's only cool to be shmup fan? What are you, a shmup channel now?
No, I'm not a shmup channel. It's just these are some good ones, man. They're fun. So
I'm excited for Truxton too. I like me some Truxton.
it's Ball Bustin' Friday. What's up, Andy? Andy's Game Room. How you doing? There you go. All right, so that's what's going on with Evercade. They announced these carts. Go visit evercade.co.uk. Get your pre-orders in. Wait, did pre-orders go live?
Yeah, I think
don't
the
think they did.
pre-orders are
Yeah.
live for the games through them, but they're not out on Amazon yet.
Yep.
And when they are out on Amazon, check my social media for an Amazon link so you can pick them up for your very own self.
Hashtag affiliate.
Hashtag ad.
Yeah.
No, that's good for
I was
them.
going to make a
The-
cool
the
toy
more-
joke
I think
there,
the-
but I decided not to.
Look, there's no need to shit on other people. Come on.
I don't.
We're
We
better
don't
than
shit. We Mike. We've talked about it before. The man is a genius.
Oh no, actually, I'll give Cool Toy a lot of credit. Like I actually go to him for the cues on what I should do myself when I'm doing this stuff. Like I notice he posted the Marvel versus Capcom Fighting Collection was available on Amazon today. He actually put a hashtag ad in his Twitter post and everything. So I'm gonna start doing that too when I start sharing like Amazon links. So yeah, I just use him as a barometer of what I'm supposed to do. I actually
Thanks,
reach
Jason.
out to him and ask him for advice sometimes too.
Thanks, Jason, for putting the links for the cartridges. Greatly appreciate it. So yeah, new. Always nice to see new carts from Evercade. And Nostalgia, when can we see your review on the Evercade R?
I'm not buying one. I've got the Evercade EXP and
Yeah,
the DS.
like-
I don't need to get one of the other ones.
But this is yours. This is your branded version.
I
This
know,
is
I've
the
licensed-
Nostalgia edition.
I've licensed my name out. When I receive my first check, then we'll discuss what they can get out of me out of an advertising campaign. But I'm still waiting for the first set of royalties. So
Yeah.
when that happens, then we'll talk.
I got a bunch of mystery Amazon checks in the last couple of weeks. I found one from like months ago that I didn't even realize I got. And I was like, ooh, free money. And then another one came in the mail. I was like, I don't know what this is from, but thank you.
Considering the time, let's just skip ahead here. So, Mike, I saw you put out a video yesterday about Arcade1Up rumors and leaks and stuff like that. What is coming from Arcade1Up? What is actually going to happen? Please
no
let me know.
No one knows what's actually
No one
coming.
knows. Mike,
No one
do you
knows.
know?
No,
I think somebody
knows.
knows. Mike.
This guy knows. No, I'm just kidding. He does.
Nobody knows. Like all these rumors,
That's
like
not
I said
true.
in my
Somebody
videos
knows.
several times, are coming from this John D AMA chat that's going on in the official Arcade1Up page that for some reason me and 19K Fox are blocked from.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can pivot back. Yeah. So what's interesting, Jim, is the Evercade people, which I think he means in quotes, might mean their community, and their community.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, overseas, they are a big deal. This is actually a very popular.
It's a very European system.
It's a very European
everything
system.
about their company is very European.
Yeah. And overseas, there's a whole bunch of content creators that cover it who all live overseas. They're big Evercade fans, and it seems like the Evercade Alpha is more designed towards, let's just be like, North American arcade audience, right? And the product's not really their cup of tea, and so they weren't excited about that Alpha product. Like pretty much they were all just shitting on it. And it just reminded me of how we respond to some stuff in our community, right? Like
it's like how you respond to AtGames news.
No. It's like, well, think about it. Like, do you guys remember when the iArcade was announced? It was more of a candy cab style, right?
Yeah.
Or inspired by, and what did the bulk of this gaming community respond? They didn't like it. They didn't like the way it looked.
This is a true statement. It's not a joke. She really is.
Yeah. So when, I hopped in, anyway, so just tell me what should I believe is possible and not possible, Mike? Because there have been so many videos the last week from a bunch of different people that I don't know what's real.
You wrote me about it. You wrote me on Facebook. You were like, what is going on? 19K Fox.
I was asking you to find out. Like, Mike, is any of this real? Because this all looks made up.
No one knows. I've been very clear about this. I haven't heard from Arcade1Up in months. I don't know what's going on. I still talk to Travis. He hasn't really heard anything, or he's not telling me anything. I have no clue what they're doing. They're completely radio silent. They don't seem to be focused on the community right now, whether that's due to the negative feedback, especially like the attacks on Cyrus and shit like that like the whole community have done. I think they've kind of either moved away from the community, or they're just not talking to the community right now because there's not really much to talk about. I don't know.
Wait. So you're telling me that this isn't going to happen? Battle Royale?
Here's the thing about this. This is a rumor John D put out to this group, and it goes back to the original list. So that's the tie-in, and that's what I said in my video. John D's mentioning it now. It was on the original leak list.
This actually looks like an Arcade1Up product when you look at it.
Yeah, but I don't like I said in my video, if they did this, I don't think it'll be this. I think it'll either be
who's that guy?
He's handsome. Anyways, I bet you he pulls. Anyways. So I think what this will be, it'll be either in their head-to-head table format or pub table format. That's the way I see them doing this. I don't think you're going to get a one-to-one recreation of what this is.
All right. So considering that, they've done Pac-Man a million times already, would this community be excited about another Pac-Man game, but finally it's a different Pac-Man game, right? Like, would people be excited? Let me know in the live chat, guys, if you would be interested in something like this from Arcade1Up. Give us a 1. If you wouldn't be interested, give us a 2. Nostalgia, what are your thoughts on this? Like, if we got like an Arcade1Up type battle royale, which, this, out of everything that people have been spewing this week, this seems Mike, is this the most plausible?
I don't think any of this stuff is really super plausible. I mean, we don't know anything right now. Again, This goes from John D talking about it in his AMA chat and the original list. That's the only 2 tie-ins.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see something new from Arcade1Up, something different, but it's Pac-Man. What about you, Nostalgia? Go ahead, man. Convince me that this would be great.
No, I can't. I really can't, because I don't care about Pac-Man even a little bit. So I think this would be another instance of Arcade1Up just re-releasing IP that they've already got access to and not really helping out the community that's been dying for something that's actually different and new. So,
Well,
okay.
we've talked about this a million times. Are Arcade1Up really selling to the community? Do they care, or are they just trying to bring up stuff that retailers will buy?
right. My point is, I don't think that this is something that has, like, I've got zero interest in seeing another Pac-Man product.
Yeah, like I've had a lot of people comment on my video saying, "Hey, I've played this at like different places. This 4-player Pac-Man, it's a lot of fun. I'd be interested in stuff like that." But like a lot of us are just like, one, it's not going to be on a form factor that really we want. We want like deluxe and XL cabinets, mostly XL, most of us.
Guys,
So,
look, Mike still does not zoom in when he
I
shares.
in the video, I
Look
actually
at this.
zoomed in several times.
Look at this.
I
Look at
tried
this.
to zoom in on this. If you watch the video,
Imagine looking at this on your phone, Mike.
How did you try to zoom in?
It was
no viewer
unzoomable.
would be
Did you
able to read
right-click?
what you're sharing, Mike. Nobody could.
Did
This
you
is
right-click
ridiculous.
and open in a new tab, Mike?
No, I tried to control and then zoom.
One day Mike will get the zoom right. One
You
day.
just don't learn, Mike. We've given you
All right.
pointer after pointer, and you still just can't take it.
But Arcade1Up has me in the "I'll believe it when I see it" mode.
That's what I will say. For all these rumors, like I kept saying, consider the source, where it's coming from, and wait until something comes out. We don't know what they're doing. A lot of people are saying they're not doing anything. So, I don't know. They're not talking to anybody. If they're talking to anybody, I don't know who they're talking to. So
it would be interesting. Like, let's just say, for instance, they are going to announce a new arcade machine, considering the fact that they really don't care about the community. Would they just simply put it on their website? Like, it would just pop up on their website one day? Maybe they would push out like a TikTok video or a YouTube video on it.
That's what they did with X-Men 97 and Golden Tee.
Yeah, there
was
wasn't
something
like
Pac-Man, though. Don't you think they'd be able to work out a deal with a retailer and get him physically in the store? Or are they? You
mean Pac-Man himself, like a masquot?
I mean, like if they did another Pac-Man cabinet, something. Let's say they did some sort of like a 2-player head-to-head Pac-Man. Would they still have the ability to get that in retail? Like, are retailers still taking on their new SKUs?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things up that I want to talk about with that. So yeah, Costco's already committed to bringing in new product this year. We know at least there's an XL cab coming. We saw new countercades go in, no partycades, I think they were, and we think they're doing. If you believe what John D's saying, what?
So Zero Redux said, "Have you guys seen their website?" And I was like, "No." Let me go look. So I just pulled up the Arcade1Up website, and we got an advertisement here for Super Checks Pro. We got weird coupons. I don't know what this is. Some ad. What is this?
That looks like it's your web browser, brother. I don't know if that's on their website directly.
Ads by Google? Yeah, there's ads. Look, they got Super Checks Pro ads. They got ads. They got ads everywhere. You can't even see their damn website.
That's not smart. I mean,
their whole website. Their whole website's covered in ads.
Is that actually? That's not your browser. That's actually on their website.
Yeah.
This is their website. Go pull it up on guys. Everyone, pull up Arcade1Up.com. They got. Look at this. I can't even get to their freaking website.
What are you talking? I don't have any ads.
Stop seeing this ad. Ad was inappropriate. We'll try not to show it again.
Here, I'll share my screen.
All right, here we go. Oh, look, promo codes available from Coupon. What? That's not for them, though.
Yeah, that's not good.
Ads everywhere. Jesus Christ, Arcade1Up. How desperate for money are they? They turned on ads on their website. And what cracks me up was the fact that we saw the checks ice on the Arcade1Up website. Thanks so much, James, for the $2 super chat. Yeah, these ads are all over the place. Well, there goes looking at the Arcade1Up website nowadays, man. I mean, it was clean looking before. Now it's a
I can't get the ad off my off the site without saying
you
stop
can't.
seeing this ad.
You can't get the ad either, can you?
We'll try not to show. I just don't want the ad closed by Google. Go off the screen. Why are you still coming up?
Mike has got the same thing. Stop blaming me. Everyone's blaming me.
I don't have any ads on mine.
Bill's looking at it right now. Look at Bill. Don't go blaming P-dubs.
Ad closed by Google. Okay, now it's coming up with no ads. I'm good now.
Do yourselves a favor and download AdBlock.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
get rid of all ads.
No, that's how I make my monies.
I think YouTube overrides over AdBlock now.
Okay.
I don't think it actually works on YouTube.
So I closed it and refreshed my browser.
So, for instance, now I have I went with Microsoft Edge instead of Google Chrome. And take a look. No ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's a Google issue. Not an issue.
I don't know.
If it's some sort of like Google Ads placement or
P-dubs, there's a comment there from one of our people that needs to go forever.
Well, we have moderators for that.
Yeah. Jason, take care of it, brother.
I'm sure it's Mike. Usually those things are taken care of long before we see them. We see them, but they're taken care of already.
All right.
So yeah. Anyways, download AdBlock or something along those lines, and just stick it as an extension in your browser, and you never have to deal with that.
All right. Well, that was funny.
I mean, like, if I'm sitting around a table at Arcade1Up and we have X amount of traffic coming to our site, we want to generate some more revenue. Obviously, monetizing your website's not a dumb idea. Like, I work for a charity. We've talked about it too. Like, how can we bring in additional revenue? So, guys. Like, it's tacky. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I've never seen that many ads on their website before. So I don't know what was happening. I couldn't even see the damn web page that was covered.
I understand, like, obviously why you do it. I mean, like, you have an ability, it's money just sitting there, but it does impact the user experience. It feels a little tacky, and it may off-put new customers from coming on your page. It's one of those ones, like, it's a real but that's so Arcade1Up. I don't know who the fuck works there, and I'm sorry for swearing. Their marketing and stuff, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Ads aren't really the issue, but when they cover half the screen, yeah, that's annoying. There you go.
See, Sean, I wouldn't care. I'd be super excited. Like, if you can show me some new sites where I can see some shit I'm not normally seeing.
Let's get back on track. So, guys, there have been a lot of videos and group talk. Let's call it group talk because it's in Facebook groups, it's in their Reddit, their Discord, and like people talk. A lot of talks about all these new things that are supposedly going to be announced, and I haven't seen anything out there to make me think that any of that is true. Just my opinion. Would I like them to see them announce something? Sure. I think we all would. Be nice to have something to talk about. But I don't think any of it's true. But Mike, what are your thoughts? You think the Battle Royale might potentially be a true thing?
It's just it has some time.
All the other stuff, the Punisher cab. What else has been going around this community?
So there's grains of truth in all of it, right? So one is the Pac-Man Battle Royale goes back to the original list, so now they're mentioning a Pac-Man table again. The Street Fighter 3 Third Strike is just a dream cab a couple people made up, but
that was another one that we're going to get a Third Strike announced.
But if you go back to that original list again, they did talk about a Street Fighter Alpha cab or Street Fighter Third Strike cab on that original list. The list that John D gave to the guys.
Is that like from 2 years ago? Why
No,
are people
yeah,
holding
so-
on to that?
Because that was supposed to be for this year's lineup. That's why. So it does go back to that, and it does make sense. They still have a relationship with Capcom, so that's there. The other things John D is talking about now is this golden combat. Like I don't know how much validity there is to that, but I did hear like all along that the XL cab coming to Costco this year was going to be golden tees, so that tracks. And then you've got the Marvel Class of '81 cocktail table.
Look,
apparently that's coming, and that was the confusion about the Miss Pac-Man XL.
I know what the community is going through, guys. About a year ago, my wife gave me a certain list, and everything on that list came true, except for one thing. I forgot to bring home that box of the Clorox wipes that she really, really wanted on that grocery list. But my wife isn't a year later still wondering where those damn Clorox wipes are. One day P-Dubs is going to bring those Clorox wipes. One day it's going to come true. You guys got to let the list go. All of you. Who's making content on the list? Stop it.
I was just tying it back to some grain of truth, something out there that was out that makes some sense for these rumors.
Just stop it. Oh man. Hopefully, I think they're done, and which is kind of sad because if you think about it, for a few years it was really, really fun, and then, just like anything, it's cyclical. Here come the dark times, right? Like, it'd be cool for them. Would it be cool for them to bounce back and just start releasing cool shit? Yeah, I would love to see that. It's just tough to say that nowadays, right?
If it's not them, I hope someone does, because I really like buying these toy recreation cabs, especially when they're done well and they're done in a bigger size format. So hopefully Arcade1Up can get their shit together, release some cool stuff. Really, I hope they focus on direct to consumer, because I think that's the only way we're getting anything really cool. Yeah. And if it's not them, hopefully New Wave Toys have announced they're doing big size cabs. Hopefully they're good. John D has been rumored to be working on, larger size cabs too. Hopefully that's good. I just want an option to buy some of this stuff that I haven't been able to get my hands on. If it's more stuff like, no offense to New Wave Toys and the Golden Tee thing, like, I think they've got a cool idea there with what they're doing with Glenn. Really wish it was a different title. Like if it was something like a Gorf or something like that, I would have had a very different response to that. I would have been like $600. Good deal. Let's fucking go get some. But like, the excitement for Golden Tee is just not there for a lot of the community, right?
See, I wasn't just the only one. It looks like the ads are really obtrusive if you're using Google Chrome browser, guys. Because when I pulled up their website with Microsoft Edge, not a single ad popped up. So, but that was crazy. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Guys, if you want Arcade1Up just to put a pin in it, rip the Band-Aid off. Just turn it off. Just move on.
Turn it off.
Just shut it down. Like, if that's what you guys want, give us a 1. If you guys want them to, release some cool shit we haven't seen before, give us a 2. If you guys are... Is that our only options?
Why do people want companies to go out of business? Like, I don't understand why you're fixated on like iArcade had to go out of business, or Arcade1Up has to go to business. If you don't like their stuff, don't buy it.
I'm not fixated, Mike. I'm just saying,
like, but you're asking people, do you think Arcade1Up should shut down? Do you want them to shut down?
Well, let's find out, because people love to make videos, or they like to comment on videos saying, no, that company needs to go out of business. It needs to go away.
Well, why does it need to go away?
Mike, would you calm down?
No, I'm hopped up.
Seriously, take a look at the chat. Not a single person has put 1 yet. You're okay, Mike. It's okay. Not a single person has put 1 yet. Everyone's putting a 2. People would love to see some cool shit happen again. Everyone's putting a 2 in the chat. So
I hope they go to business.
I love you, Nostalgia, so hard.
Nostalgia's still mad because he wrote David McIntosh and said, hey, will you send me some review cabs? And David McIntosh was like, eat shit, buddy. Nostalgia's like, I hope they close down.
Yeah, like we don't pray or hope for anyone to go out of business here. We love having cool shit to talk about and play with, and
Speak for
you know,
yourself. I pray that lots of things go out of
Arcade One
business.
Up is on life support, and it'd be cool if they did something, but this whole the stuff I've seen leaked this week is some pretty silly stuff, guys. It's some pretty
It's
silly
okay. We
stuff.
got New Wave Toys. It's going to make us a big, beautiful machine.
Hopefully.
Evercade came on our show and they said if their alpha does really well, then there's a chance they would consider making some full-scale machines.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had a former AtGames employee comment on my Facebook post saying, "Well, I don't think Evercade would ever do that because of the logistics." And I was like, "Okay,
Who knows?
cool. I don't know.
Not me.
I don't know. I don't care
need to
about
know
all
which
that.
AtGames employee it is.
That's
talks
not
like
my
that?
job to figure out. You guys figure that out. I just want to see cool shit."
Yeah, I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what we want to see. We want to see stuff released that
Yeah.
we'd be interested in and stuff like that. And I think that's the big thing with the community now. Like, we were looking at it today. Someone wrote on my video. They were like, "Man, I haven't been interested in anything Arcade1Up has done in like 2 years." And the truth of the matter is, like, yeah, like, when was the last time Arcade1Up released a product and you were like, "I have to get it"?
Sorry,
Like,
guys. We got a super chat, Mike. I got to interrupt you. It's,
That's-
Mike,
it's
shut up,
important.
Mike. Shut up, Mike. Be quiet,
It's
Mike.
super important. We have to bring this up. But,
Breaking
Meatball
news,
Saucy
guys.
is giving us a $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Sorry for the interruption, Mike. He was speaking directly to you on that one. Can we all just agree to disagree that Star Wars: The Acolyte is bad?
Wait, hold on. Is he saying it's good?
No,
he's saying we can agree to disagree that it's bad.
it's because it is bad. Anything,
or can we
Wars,
disagree to agree that it's bad?
It's been the dumbest Star Wars show of all time. That's all I'm going to say. But am I going to keep watching it? Yes, because I like watching train wrecks. It's like, how bad can this get? I'm going to watch every episode.
The only Star Wars stuff I will watch, like, I don't watch it. I won't watch any of the mainline Star Wars anymore. Like, whatever they're doing with this new shit.
Yeah.
But I watched Obi-Wan, and I watched The Mandalorian, and I watched Boba Fett. And that's because they all tie back to the original series. Like, honestly, for me, the only Star Wars I'm ever going to watch again are the first 3 movies, 4, 5, and 6. That's the only Star Wars that is good.
The first
Everything
3 movies are 1,
eats
2, and
shit.
3, Mike.
No, the first 3 movies are 4,
So,
5, and 6.
I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3 comes before 4, 5, 6. Just
one of the
more.
biggest
simple math, man.
one of the biggest Star
I
Wars
learned that in grade
media.
1.
One of the biggest Star Wars media social media influencers out there is a guy called Star Wars Theory. I'm sure at some point in your life you've seen some video by him about Star Wars. He's massive Star Wars following. Millions and millions of people watch this guy. Massive, true Star Wars fan of the true lore and history. And when he did this video where he was watching one of the episodes of The Acolyte, and when it ended and he's sitting there, he's like, "Guys, I'm going to turn the stream off. I'm going to go put on Empire Strikes Back." Like, it was the best. Like, he was so depressed. He was so sad. He's like, "I got to go put on Empire."
I don't even like. There's
They
so
had me
many.
cracking up.
Here's the thing: like, expanding the universe can be done so well.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a fan of like the N64, like if you ever played Shadows of the Empire or read like, the book that it was based on or the comic it was based on, like Shadows of the Empire, about this story about Dash Rendar and when he was doing such a cool friggin' story. You can do good Star Wars side stories. They just choose not to.
Mike,
And
you're just angry that it's got female leads again. This is going back to the female leads thing.
My issues with the show, and I ended up getting into an argument with what's his name, Console Kits, about this, because he's all like,
Console Kits is pro Acolyte. It's very weird.
He was all like, "Oh, you're mad because of that." I was like, "Dude, it has nothing to do with the politics." I said, "Let me give you an example. The writing's terrible. The ideas in the show are terrible. For example, this girl picks up a 6-inch lantern off a shelf, drops it on a stone floor, and the stone floor catches on fire, spreads to the walls, and an entire mountain burns down from a lamp because stone is flammable." I was like, And all these force sensitive people, not one of them realized the place is on fire, and they all just collapsed in a room together. They go into a room and there's 25 dead force sensitive, whatever you want to call them, the people, the group living on that planet. They're just dead.
Oh,
No smoke, no fire damage in the room, no smoke, nothing, just dead.
I thought
I was like, Justin, that's why I don't like this show.
Yeah, so I thought I had saved this GIF earlier, but I didn't save it, unfortunately. But it was not a GIF, it was a meme. Do you know what a meme is?
I have no idea what the hell you're saying, Mike.
I have no idea.
You've never seen one of these online memes?
Oh yeah, and then too, and this show has a serious issue with how fire works. In the first episode of The Acolyte, the exterior of the spaceship catches fire. A fire in space.
a lot of like, well, if they were accurate, there'd never be any explosions in space, right?
Well, there's all this political stuff going on, which we obviously don't want to go down that road. But here's what's funny is none of my issues with this show are about the political stuff. It's all about the fact that the Jedi apparently, guys, they wander the galaxy, find 10-year-olds and kidnap them from families and take them to Coruscant to begin their training. When we all found out that, what was his name? 5-year-old Anakin was too old to begin the training. But these girls are twice his age. And hey, come on with us. We're just going to take you away from here. As you guys know, the Jedi have a right to evaluate children. And if we think they're worth it, they come with us. They rip children from their families. Trust me, it's stupid. It's stupid.
So yeah, the comment is going to come across really bad, but it was a female writer, and it basically, she was shoveling stuff that was shit onto a pile, and it was like shitty stories, Star Wars fans. And then the Star Wars fans were throwing the shit back on her, and she was like, "You're all misogynists. That's why."
Yeah.
It's not the fact that the stories are terrible and awful. It's the fact that we're all misogynists.
And you got, oh, it cracks me up. I just, don't get me started. What's funny too is all my issues with the show have nothing to do with any of the political stuff. It's just, it's bad.
You know what my issue with the show is? I'm not going to watch it, so I don't have to waste my time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have to find a way to tie it off, JT. They have to find a way to tie it off. But then again, how are they going to tie off Ki-Adi-Mundi sitting on the Jedi Council going, "Hey guys, just so you know, the Sith haven't been seen for a millennium," to Yoda, yet Ki-Adi-Mundi is in this show now. And there's Sith in the show. You know what I mean?
It doesn't have to make sense. It's a TV show. Who cares?
It doesn't make any sense.
Watch the original trilogy.
Yeah. You know what? When we get off, Mike, I'm gonna go put on Empire.
Guys, we're fucking signing off. I'm watching Empire.
That's it. The show is just bad. It's just bad.
The
characters they're bringing in, who were in the episode 1 through 3 era, like Ki-Adi-Mundi and the other guys, these people weren't even alive at the time, right? They're just bringing them in and changing birthdays and stuff. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's a messed up show. But I'm gonna keep watching it because it's fun to Oh, and also too, this cracked me up. In the last episode, the Sith Lord, he flies like Neo in the Matrix. He flew.
It's a bad show. Why are we talking about it? I'm not gonna watch it.
No wings. He flew.
Nostalgia can fly.
It's so bad. All right, I'm sorry.
Why'd you waste everybody's time with that? No one wants to talk about The Acolyte. No one wants to watch it. It's horrible.
I didn't bring it up. You guys did.
So. In much better news for Canadian fans, the Oilers have tied up the Stanley Cup final. They've forced Game 7. They've come back from a 3-0 deficit to force a deciding Game 7. Life is good again.
Hey, Mike, Mike, apparently something happened in the world of wrestling you and I need to go check out. Take a look.
Bullet Time?
Yeah, Bullet Time is back.
Bullet Time is from The Matrix.
No. Oh, I was thinking of Bullet Club. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I saw that Bullet.
Rampage.
Oh,
Nothing happened.
You're talking
on
about
Rampage.
the
Yeah, Bullet Time.
There you go. All right. So yeah, hopefully, I mean, guys, we don't want any company to go out of business. We just want to see cool shit. So,
Put a 1 in the
hopefully
chat
this
if you want to see this company going out of business, but we don't want to see anybody go out of business.
Mike, I said put a 1 if you genuinely are done with this company, or put a 2 in if you want to
That's
see
not
them
what you
release
said.
cool shit. And everyone put 2s. What is your problem?
What you specifically said was, if you want this company to just shut it down, shut their doors, put a 1
Yeah,
in the
just
chat.
rip off the Band-Aid. Just be done. Be over it. You know what I mean?
You guys are still
wrong with
talking
that?
about this?
I don't
I'm
know
not.
what we're
He
even
is.
talking
He's
about.
Mike's hung up on it. Like, I think I
Guys,
hurt his
guys.
feelings.
There's a really,
All right.
really
Mike,
interesting
Mike,
thing that
I'm
you
gonna
guys
say
can both
something to
do.
you.
Hold on, before you do.
I'm gonna say something to Mike, and I mean this as a friend. Mike, at some point, before you and I are gone from this earth, at some point, Arcade1Up will go out of business.
Not
And
if
they
they're
will
not if they're
Every
and they
business
clever.
will
goes.
shut down.
Not if they're
You know
clever.
what I mean? At
Yeah.
some point, Mike, it's going to happen. Don't get mad if people casually mention it. It's going to happen. And guess
now,
what?
see, but now you're twisting the narrative.
The
Because
only
that's not
one-
what I was doing.
The only company, look, we all know the only company that will survive a nuclear apocalypse.
That's true.
And
AtGames.
AtGames.
like the cockroach it is would be AtGames. You know what I mean? The entire country could get bombed to hell, and all of a sudden, a Legends Ultimate will come crawling out of the
Still
rubble.
here.
You guys ready to play Bad
Still
Dudes?
here.
Get your AtGames Legends Ultimate Apocalypse Edition.
Oh, can you imagine that? You know what? You know what the funniest thing is? They have arcades in heaven, but you can't get ROMs there.
It's a sin here too. Damn it.
Nostalgia's not going to heaven. So show people how to pirate too much.
I blame Sony for that. God damn it, PlayStation! You guys screwed me over one too many times.
So we've talked politics, religion. We
Yeah,
crossed
this has
off
been
all
a-
the ones we're not supposed to talk about tonight.
Yep. This is the show that gets us canceled, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
Thanks so
anyways,
much.
we hope you've enjoyed Super Game Room Dudes. Hell of a run. We did so good before tonight. Thank you very much. This is our final broadcast.
Yeah, big shout out to Nostalgia for producing the show tonight. So if you have any questions or queries, nostalgia@gmail.com.
I don't know why you added this to the agenda. I told you they were risque topics.
That's okay. That's okay. Guys,
Guys,
we
if you-
we take things right to the edge if we need to.
What the heck?
I've been
Where's
edging
your
for
stuff?
months.
Good for you. Good for you. It's not a long-term strategy, buddy.
All right. And remember, if your Nintendo cartridges aren't working, just do what Nostalgia does and huck Tuah, just spit on that thing. If you enjoyed tonight's Super Game Room Dudes broadcast, what? It's time to go, Mike. It's been 2 hours.
We can't end yet. There's a big problem. Our show was so bad tonight. It's going to ruin the tour.
What tour?
The World Tour.
I have no idea what you're talking
You're
about.
I
not
lost
up
you. You
you're
lost
not
me
up
too.
on current events. Justin Timberlake getting arrested.
Ooh, that's true. Yeah,
I
for DWI.
Yeah, he got arrested, and the cop didn't know who he was. So when he was bringing him into the police station, Justin Timberlake turned to him and said, "This is going to ruin the tour." And the cop said, "What tour?" And he goes, "The World Tour."
I can think of a couple of YouTubers who would say the same thing. Idiots. All right, guys, if you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, give us a thumbs up on the way out. As always, thank you for subscribing to the Super Game Room Dudes. We'll be back next week with hopefully a better episode than tonight's crapshoot. You guys
Not
have a great
Not
night.
likely. Not likely.
This is much